In 2020, after many years of focusing on electric vehicles, many years of development, well, BYD sales fell by 18%. They sold less than 200,000 vehicles worldwide. That includes electric and plug-in hybrids. And it wasn't long before they were also criticized by Elon Musk for having vehicles that were, well, in many people's opinion, a bit of a joke. All of a sudden, things changed in a big way, in a way that nobody realized was about to happen. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. This is quite an incredible story. The rise of BYD, because for years there, BYD was basically in a wilderness. They were lost in the desert, like the Israelites. Seriously, I mean, look at their sales. They went down, down, down. And BYD were working their butts off to make better, more compelling electric cars. Now, after Elon Musk, he was asked by the media, what do you think of BYD? And he laughed. Well, you can imagine that BYD was probably feeling fairly dejected. But they brushed that off. They went to work and they turned things around. In 2020, Chinese EV maker BYD experienced an 18% decline in sales from their mediocre year the year before in 2019, with a total of 179,000 vehicles sold in China. It included 131,000 fully electric cars, down 11% from the previous year, and 48,000 plug-in hybrids, down 33% year over year. However, the company's recent performance has been absolutely nothing short of miraculous, transforming it into probably the greatest modern success story. And I'm talking about over the past 24 months. One pivotal moment in BYD's journey came when Tesla's Elon Musk laughed off the idea of BYD competing with Tesla in an old clip that has recently resurfaced. However, Musk's opinion has changed significantly over time. In response to the clip, yesterday Elon Musk took to Twitter and acknowledged the transformation of BYD's cars, stating that they are now highly competitive. In fact, he's given them credit on a number of occasions recently. This change in sentiment from Elon Musk holds significant weight, considering Tesla's dominance in the EV market and the rising pressure it faces from growing competitors such as BYD. Recent sales figures have solidified BYD's position as a major player in the industry worldwide. It's now selling more EVs in a single month than it did in the entire year of 2020. A single month. The crazy thing about this is BYD sold 211,000 EVs and plug-in hybrids in the month of April alone, representing a staggering 98.31% increase compared to the same month last year. However, it also meant they delivered 40,000 more vehicles or more electric cars in the month of April than they did in the entire year of 2020. I think most importantly here, BYD's electric cars experienced enormous growth, with 104,364 delivered in April, an increase of 81.8% versus April of last year. In addition, BYD's transition to focus on plug-in hybrids and purely electric vehicles only, and to completely phase out the production of internal combustion engine vehicles, has proven to be an intelligent strategic move. They did this at the expense of sales in the short term. Basically, they took the pain, they took the hit in the short term for success in the long term. BYD discontinued the production and sales of vehicles powered solely by internal combustion engines in March of last year. The shift in focus allowed BYD to align with the global trend towards the electrification and capitalize on the growing demand for electric cars worldwide. And they did it at the perfect time. But this wasn't something that came out of nowhere. BYD had secretly been working on Blade batteries and on ramping its lithium iron phosphate battery production up, whilst making the product better, making it cheaper to produce and making their cars more vertically integrated. They were tearing down Teslas years before Toyota even looked at it. As BYD sales continue to soar, the company aims to sell at least 3 million vehicles this year, with aspirations to reach 3.6 million this year. What a difference. 3.6 million is very, very likely based on where they're at now. Compare that to 2020, 170,000. How did that happen? This is actually a story that should be getting a lot more paper, a lot more ink from the media. The company's chairman and president, Wang Chanfu, expressed ambitions to become China's #1 automaker by the end of the year, but they're already there now. It happened last month. BYD's remarkable journey from struggling sales in 2020 to becoming a leader in the global EV market showcases its dedication to innovation and its ability to adapt and to pivot quickly. Do you think that other big legacy automakers are going to be able to pivot in this way? I think it's highly unlikely. With Elon Musk's newfound recognition of BYD, and in particular BYD's competitiveness, I mean, think about this. BYD is the only other electric vehicle manufacturer in the world actually making any money selling electric cars. That is huge. And they're really the only car company in the world making literally enormous amounts of batteries while producing enormous amounts of EVs. They're the second biggest battery company in the world and the second biggest pure EV manufacturer in the world as well. Will they get to #1 in both categories? It's actually entirely possible. The CEO and the founder of BYD was an orphan. He was brought up by his brother and sister. His upbringing was difficult. And in many ways, his story is very similar to the story of BYD. Now, if you want to see his story, I made a video about it. I'll put a link in the description below to that video. However, BYD's example is really a true illustration of how determination and strategic, intelligent decisions, whilst hard in the short term, can lead to an incredible transformation of a company. In all of this, what I want to know most of all is what you guys think about this. What do you think about this transformation from BYD? Let's just put aside the fact that they're a Chinese company. A lot of people don't like that kind of thing. They are, they're not a state-owned company. They're not owned by the government. They are a Chinese company run by basically primarily Chinese people, just normal, everyday people. I think they've done something pretty amazing. So let's just put aside the nationality side of things and just let me know what you think about this. What do you think about this, the success they've had? And where do you see them in 2030? You guys know what I think is going to happen in 2030, but I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.